Okay, hello. Yeah, hopefully I wasn't away for too long. I have food with me. So please forgive me if I I eat a bit while drawing. What if I demonstrate poor eating manners on stream? I'm gonna break all the rules that Mom and Dad taught us when we were children. I'm gonna eat with my mouth open. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. Yeah, this is now a mini mukbang with GuineaPigDan. Mini, because it's not like I have like 20 pizzas or something that I'm trying to eat. Alright. Well, let's stop lollygagging. Let's get to comicsing. Alright. Right, I left off on this page, but first... something I wanted to show off. It's called the Japanese Grammar Cheat Sheet. And I thought I might as well share it, since I'm working on a comic about Hiragana and Katakana, and it basically has an explanation of a lot of particles. What's especially confusing is there are several particles that have very similar meanings and usages. Like, I added this to the comic. The particle toe, which is used like and. Like, I decided to add that to my page of T sounds, but then I learned that apparently the way you use the particle toe, it's not exactly like how you say and in English. It's like for what's called closed lists or exclusionary lists. The explanation, like if you're saying something like, I want to have apples and bananas. If you say that in Japanese, if you use toe between apples and bananas, it's like it's an exclusionary list. Like you only want those two things. But if you use a different particle, ya, which I rewrote this page to mention this. It's like, apples and bananas. It's like you want those things, but you're open to other things you might want too. It's very strange rules with grammar, I guess. I mean, again, if for those of you who don't know, I've never taken a Japanese lesson. Most of what I know is just like reading Japanese phrase books or just stuff I picked up online, or talking to furries that know Japanese. I've not taken any actual classes. So this is like new information to me. I have a Lonely Planet Japanese phrase book, which was how I first learned some of the basics of the language. Like, okay, this is what particles are. This is, the different writing systems and everything, just like the real basics. But it's like, that's a book for like tourists, I think. That more just to get around, not like something you would read to actually learn the language. And I mentioned here it's similar to how you use the word and I also added, I adjusted the drawing here to have the toenail clipper say, you're only used in exclusive lists of nouns, while ya is used in more broad lists. So don't misbehave. Yeah, so I've changed that little thing there. This was Patrick, and he'd inhale all those pizzas like Kirby. Oh. Yeah. Excuse me. So the next page we're going to work on is the Japanese R page. Yeah, maybe I'll link this in chat or something. Yeah, I'll just... come on. Well, hopefully chat doesn't glitch out or something. If I know that some people are very restrictive on what links you can share for good reason. You know, they don't want spam links or whatever. So we're going to work on this page next, explaining the Japanese R sound. I watched some videos explaining how to do the R sound, and like, I'm not sure if I have Basho's instructions here and completely correct. Like I thought I was doing something with your tongue behind your teeth, but then I saw other sites say actually it's the roof of your mouth. So I retyped Basho's instructions here to be about having your tongue hit the roof of your mouth and not exactly your teeth, but I don't know. And I even tried to illustrate it here. I mean, if you look up, if you search Japanese R how to say or something and look up images, you'll get several pictures that are kind of like this. A cross section of the human skull showing the tongue doing the Japanese R motion. But you don't want to do it like a rolling Spanish R. So anyway, we're going to fix up this sketch of Peter here. Just make it look neater. And maybe I'll finish something I'll do a bit different with like I've been filming these, you know, when I film these streams, I'll sometimes split them up in parts. You know, I'll stop and restart the stream because I don't want to, you know, I like to save my videos, but I don't want them to be too large for burnable CDs. But I've found that I think stopping and starting streams over and over, I think messes with your stats on Twitch to reach affiliate status, because I think it evaluates every single individual stream you do. So I'm going to try and change things up where I just do one long continuous stream, and I'll put up my screen of Domino with a flaming pie, you know, to kind of be a signal to me to, you know, if I save a stream in Twitch clips, you know, that'll be, you know, kind of my sign to myself that, you know, clip a stream segment here. Yeah, so when I clip this later, I'll probably cut out the really long introduction. Okay. Yeah, redo Peter's face here. Excuse me. Guess I can move that up a bit. Well, no. I don't want to wreck the circle I drew. When I do this drawing of Peter, will I like... I'm trying to wonder, you know, should I have him looking straight at the viewer and, you know, I mirror the drawing? I'll lower his eyebrows a bit just so there's room for the little forehead marking. That's something I have to be careful with, not to have the forehead marking overlap with the eyebrows. There we go. I've got Paul McCartney's song, which I think it's called 222, from his Memory Almost Full album, like, on my mind, just because I've seen a particular ad on YouTube so many times. It's advertising some photo exhibit that's in the San Francisco Young Art Museum right now. And I'd like to go there sometime. Even it's strange, like, I think the photos are mostly from, I think it's called Eye in the Storm. I think it's mostly photos from like 1964, yet the ad is playing a song that appeared on a 2007 album that, only the hardcore McCartney fans are going to recognize. And even then, 222 was like a bonus track on Memory Almost Full, and like the edition that included the bonus DVD. So it's not like it's part of the base album. It's something that only appears on a special edition. George Lucas has forever ruined the phrase special edition. Like, I've seen that phrase even appear on printings of Garfield books, and I don't know what's supposed to be special about those particular books. Maybe I should show that in a bit. Maybe I'll make Peter's hair a little higher. There we go. Higher and higher. I usually have his ears like this. Let's just flip it just to see. Not exactly symmetrical ears, but yeah. I'm gonna devour some broccoli. Oh, well. Yes, I do like, I gave Peter a little bit, some chubbier looking cheeks. Maybe I should demonstrate how to write Peter as a fat cat in Japanese, because somewhere I do have a flashcard I made of the word fat in Japanese. It's like, I think the kanji is something like that. It's like you take the kanji for big or great and just add a little stroke there. Futoi or something like that. Or futo, I don't remember. But I know it starts with an F. Which makes it kind of easier to remember because, you know, fat starts with F also. I think if you want to like make it a adjective, I think it's something like futoi. Like I think you have had the hiragana E or something. I'd have to check my flashcard. I'm sure I. Yeah, so if I remember, I think it's. So, well, I'm writing this a bit backwards. Whoops. Futoi neko. I have to check. Just a moment. Let me get my flashcards out. Just to make sure I wrote this the right way. Ah, crap! I dropped the flashcards on the floor. Jeez. Okay, where'd they? Did I just? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm disorganized. Where did I put them? They were all over here. On my bed. Oh, that's what that is. Let's see. Where did I put them? Jeez. Yeah, I had a whole stack of flashcards with kanji that I wrote, and I thought I had them near my bed, but I don't know where they went. Oh well. I'll find them later. I could just Google what is the kanji for fat, but speaking of fat things, you know, I'm gonna get a bit distracted here. Check this out. I don't remember if I've shown this on stream before. My brother-in-law 3D printed a Garfield figurine. Look at that. Yeah, I just keep it in this box and keep it safe. He gave that for my birthday. I don't know if I'll display it somewhere or something. Yeah, maybe in a sequel to my Garfield versus Mega Man X video. I don't know. I use this as a stand-in for Garfield or something, so I don't have the little figurine anymore. Yeah, that's the Garfield figurine I used for that video. I think I got this at a flea market. I have no idea where it came from, but since it says "Love Ya" on Garfield's sunglasses, I can only assume that this was maybe part of a holiday set where Garfield has things related to different holidays. So I'm going to guess this is for Valentine's Day. Yeah, and oh yeah, from the same flea market, I got this Satanist Garfield. Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else interesting I have? Now I should get back to the comic. Yeah. Oh. You know what? I should actually see how to write the kanji for fat. Okay, well, I know the character, it's just I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. Oh, Futoi. So, okay, so I was right. So I do add the E, Hiragana. Did I write the kanji for cat correctly, though? Okay, give or take. Yeah, probably not the exact right stroke order, but I think I got the basic. Okay, so I actually do complete the plus sign here. Okay, so there, Futoi Neko. That's how you write fat cat in Japanese. Of course, if there's someone that's actually fluent in Japanese that would correct me, like, no, you write it this way, feel free to correct me. Like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Forgot. Peter's a little cross of St. Peter necklace, kind of like what I got. Excuse me. I mean, in my photo ref, my shoulders are pretty flat, but I do like exaggerating a bit. Really make it look like Peter's shrugging his shoulders. There we go. There we are. Oh, hello, Wax Badger. Yeah. Waiter, there's a hair in my soup. You get to see a Garfield fan actually pig out on stream. See a Garfield fan behaving like Garfield. Except, you know, it's with rice and broccoli, not with lasagna. Maybe there's a stream idea for the future, like I make a lasagna or something. I've done some lasagnas before. I tried a vegetarian lasagna in a Linda McCartney cookbook I own. that I got for Christmas one year. I did try a meat recipe. I don't remember if I got it off the internet or from a Garfield cookbook I also got from my sister. I don't remember. Is there a way to like copy and paste and flip? Is there a way to like, I don't remember. Or is it going to be something that just rotates the entire, yeah. Just moves the body part over there. Maybe there's a way to like flip an individual part you highlighted in Sketchbook Pro, but I'm not aware how to do it. Well, guess I can just Google it if I want to know. There we go. Now we'll make there we go. Now I'll make drawing Peter's hands a bit easier. Oh, I was joking about having soup. It's rice, stir fry, and broccoli. I was just saying, waiter, there's a hair in my soup, because it's just a stock phrase. Kind of like, waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Complaining about flies or hairs in your soup. That would be the ring finger, middle. There we go. Pointer. Shit, I should have marked where the stripes go. Oh well. sure like which way I should have the little crease on his palm between the thumb and the rest of the hand. Like sometimes an artist might draw it this way, but in photos it's more this way. I don't know, to me it just looks better doing it this way unless I was drawing a hyper-realistic hand. I might just copy and paste again. Move the layer. Yeah, once again I have to drag the layer all the way over here. Yeah, maybe that's future stream idea. Watch GuineaPigDan make lasagna. I don't know, I have the Garfield doll with me or something. Oh. Maybe I should shut off my phone messages just so they don't disrupt me. But on the other hand, if I'm being told something important on my phone, then it's like I won't notice it. So it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, just so. Yeah, changing up the fingers on the other hand so it's not like a complete, mare. Too straight looking. There we go. There we go. And we'll do Basho next. Save. I did a kind of a silly looking photo ref. I'm not sure if this will be clear on the camera. I'm trying my best to demonstrate I don't know what the exact name is, a Vorial flap or something. Something weirdly strange scientific name to explain what you do with your tongue to make the Japanese R sound. first. Okay, so this could be a bit of a awkward sketch to do. I think I'll keep the eyes. Don't get rid of the entire drawing. Some parts that are good I should keep. Probably be a very, very strange drawing. I don't know if I like this drawing. 59, okay. Just wanted to make sure. I should probably close that. Just mirroring it. See how it looks. Horns. Oops. There we go. I might redo Basho's horns later. His cheek there, so I don't have to. There we go. That's a very interesting head pose I'm doing. Bless me. And not only do you get to see a mukbang with GuineaPigDan, you get to see sneezing with GuineaPigDan. Okay, this is going to be a bit difficult. I'm trying to draw Basho's tongue going up his roof of his mouth. I'll save here just in case. By the way, shout out to Ben the Dragon. He drew this. I don't remember if it was in a draw pile or a Pictaro stream, but I took a screen cap of it just because I knew I was going to be drawing Basho in a pose similar to this with his mouth open, and I just wanted a reference I could have to like help me drawing an open reptile mouth. I'm trying to think. There was a recent drawing tutorial. I don't remember who did it, but I think they were drawing like open dog mouths or something. Yeah, of course, Ben there drew his dragon with their tongue out. Yeah. But I'm trying to draw a tongue going, pushing against the roof of the mouth. Let's see, what did I do with my original drawing? Okay, so I'll probably do something similar. It's going to be a bit difficult. Well, I guess that's the best I could do. Okay. Now, I'm gonna redraw his chest here. 634. There we go. Um, I'm not sure. I like how this looks. It's a little too flat to me. Let's redo his neck. There we go. Got a little line there to indicate Basho's, what's this called again? The sternonucleomastoid. It's like, I think, one of the longest muscle names in the body. Yeah, just a yeah. Is that the longest muscle name? Oh. Not the longest muscle. Longest muscle name. Stupid AI review. There we go. Let me flip this just to see how it looks. Damn it. I'm not sure. There we go. Make that shoulder a little higher. There you go. Basho demonstrating the Japanese R. It's kind of difficult. I'm trying to show his tongue being still attached to the bottom of his mouth. I'm not entirely sure how to draw tongue anatomy. So for now, I'll just have it look like that. Maybe I'll detail it later. I mean, there's probably vor artists that know everything about how tongues and teeth and everything should look, that know all the intricate details of how a mouth should be drawn. I'm not one of those artists. I don't know, they either look up very strange dentist photos of people's mouths, or, I don't know, they take a lot of very interesting photos of their own mouths to get it to look right. Oops, shoot. Where is it? Right, save as. Page 10. There we go. Oh, hello, Harry. Yeah, I just noticed that you came in. Yeah, and for anyone that's coming in late, well, it says so in the title. I'm working on a Hiragana Katakana comic. Now, here we go. Final page. After, it's, I mean, even with everything sketched, it's still not going to be done. Obviously, I need to, outline, ink the drawings and color them. So I'm not going to just have Peter and Basho be just sketches here. The blue artwork here, though, I'm going to make them look kind of like they're pen drawings that Peter made. Those will remain just outlines, but Peter and Basho themselves will be colored in. Also, the little drawings of Cinnamon and Domino I make, and some of that, I might color those also. Nani. ASMR part, listening to GuineaPigDan chew and drink water. Alrighty. Okay. I took 2 photo refs for this drawing here. I'm gonna have I copied and pasted Peter from the first panel, just a consistent size here, since I'm drawing him full body. Well, not full body, but including his torso here. Looking at I took one photo where I'm just pointing normally, and let's see, one where my arm is bent, and the other where It's not bent. But it does almost look like... Well, I was about to compare it to the Soy Jack meme, but I'm not making a oh sort of face in that photo. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more drawings. Once I finish these, I'll start working on Axel again. Oh, Shiba Inus? Japanese dogs? Well, it's just Peter and Basho in this comic. I mean... Yeah, the whole premise of the comic is basically Peter the Cat and Basho show readers how to read Hiragana and Katakana. I don't have any Shiba Inu characters. Like, the only time I've drawn a Shiba Inu is like the one, not really a comic, but it's one drawing where I had my dragon characters all swap species, and for Japan, since Basho's from Japan, I drew him as a Shiba. And then for my Chinese dragon Yen, I changed him to a panda, and for Huang, my Korean dragon, I turned her into a Korean water deer, which have unusually large vampire fangs. Okay, come on. Let's okay, the face. I don't think I need to do much redrawing here. Just redo the eyes a bit. Yeah, the face being a little tilted like this is, to me, is fine. All right. There we go. There we go. Might tilt Peter's nose up a bit. There we go. Do this a bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we are. Stripes, those ears. Well, first let's mirror the drawing just to see how it looks so far. It looks fine. Maybe just a little bit. A little wider on this cheek, maybe. There we go. Stick those out a little farther. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess Earless Peter could be, I don't know, a multiversal variant of Peter from the Dr. Seuss universe. I don't know. I can kind of see that. Actually, there's an interesting, Marvel what if concept. I guess okay. Yeah, out there in the multiverse, where anything can happen. there's an alternate universe where instead of admiring Garfield, Peter the cat becomes an obsessive fan of the Cat in the Hat and Dr. Seuss, and so he is now an obsessed Dr. Seuss cultist, and he wears the Cat in the Hat's what is it? Like candy cane hat. I don't know what it's. Yeah, it's almost like it looks kind of like Abraham Lincoln's hat. Maybe I tilt it more like that. I don't know. And I guess that's an idea for, like, I don't know, trying a different style or something. I'll save that. Maybe upload that in scraps or something as something silly. Or maybe draw that in one of Ben the Dragon's draw piles as like some silly doodle. Now, let's see. Come on. Okay. There we go. Length of the sleeves on Peter and Basho's shirts are probably inconsistent from panel to panel, but oh well. raise his arm a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, my photo, it's like my arm is more foreshortened, but especially on the bicep area. But it's like here I'm drawing Peter like trying to decide, do I want to foreshorten the arm or just keep it more like Peter's extending his arm all the way like it's a side. Well, he is at a 3-angle quarter view, so maybe I should shorten the arm a bit. I'm not decided. Let's see how it looks. I'm divided on whether I like Peter's arm being that foreshortened. Because, on the other hand, the forearm part is like regular length looking. It's just, I don't want arm proportions to look too strange. It can go either way, I think. I mean, unless some anatomy artist, gets on my case or something. I guess I could shorten it just a little bit, or maybe. There, just a little bit. Compromise. Actually, it's roughly the same length as his bicep here. So never mind. Same width. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, roughly. Excuse me. Okay.
was. And you're pointing. Again, pointing hands or pointing fingers can be a little challenging. Good. There we go. Just make the tip of his finger a little more rounded. There we go. Oh yeah, nearly forgot. Make that visible again. Alrighty. Now we've got four more drawings here. Let's see how long have I been streaming? About almost 2 hours. Okay, here I'm gonna have to do some serious redrawing. Yeah, I did a goofy photo ref here of me looking exhausted. Yeah, this comic has gone on for so long that even Peter's getting tired. Like, when will this end? I've been thinking of, like, I don't know, what if I make a PDF of this comic and so it's downloadable or something? I've been thinking, like, do I post every page individually? I could maybe do that on Weasel and for Affinity, or like, do I just post one page and then have the rest of it be something you download for free? On DeviantArt, it's easy because they now added the feature where you can upload multiple submissions in one post, and maybe have the main drawing and then a work in progress alongside it, things like that. I mean, for all my complaints about modern day DeviantArt being full of crappy AI art and spams and scamming people's DMs, like the feature where you can upload more than one thing at a time and have it all be part of the same submission. That's like one of the few positive changes they've made to their site in the past couple years. It's like, I don't know. It's just like taking one step forward with that one change, and then, a billion steps backwards with the flood of AI art, scams, art theft, and the ugly UI and everything else DeviantArt has done. There we go. Not sure I'll have Peter's nose maybe more higher like this. Peter's gonna be panting like a dog. He's so tired. There we go. If you excuse me. I'm going to take a bathroom break really quick. So, BRB. Yeah. I really need to make an alternative, be right back screen aside from just reusing my stream will start soon screen. Yeah, one of these. I plan to do a domino. I actually took photographs earlier of myself holding a frying pan like I'm flipping eggs that are out of control. But anyway, I'll BRB. I just need to go to the bathroom and get some more water. Oh yeah, and probably toss away my bowl. Food's gotten cold anyway. I could do it like this, where I just turn off my camera and write BRB. I could do it like that. All right. Yeah, just so it's obvious I am back and not just a ghost drawing. And I guess having myself on camera like this, you know how speedrunners will sometimes, like, they'll have a separate camera looking at their hands just to show they really are inputting everything that's happening on screen? Well, having this camera on me, I guess, guarantees to show that, I'm not using AI or something to draw all these panels. DeviantArt's like just flooded with AI crap these days. I might be browsing the DeviantArt, excuse me, front page, and I think I see a furry art. It's like, oh, this looks nice, but then I look very carefully at their art, and it's like, there's something off about it. Then I look at their gallery, and it's like, their art style is like, a lot of it is just plasticky, glossy-looking furries. Their style doesn't remain consistent, and sometimes there's like weird eyes or weird-looking hands or something, and then it becomes apparent this person's just doing AI. I should search YouTube, see if there's like anyone who's done Death of DeviantArt type or Fall of DeviantArt type videos. I mean, most videos about DeviantArt on YouTube are probably covering really strange artists or something, or like, I don't know, I guess you might say horror stories of people on DeviantArt, but it's like, I don't know, let's talk about like the actual issues with the website itself, not just off-putting or creepy people on the site. This is the photo riff I'm using. Like, maybe I should have done a photo where I'm, I would not show this on stream, but one where I'm shirtless just so I could see the anatomy and everything of Peter hunching over. The clothes ref can be a separate picture just so I can see how the clothing goes over. Oh, hello there, Zootopia fan. I know I'm not exactly consistent with how the stripes go on Peter's arms. Like, are they on this side or this side? That's partly why I wanted to do a ref sheet of Peter. Just so I could, like, okay, this is going to be how it is. How he's drawn. Trying to figure out. There we go. Just wasn't sure how the stripes should look. I'm doing fine, Zootopia fan. Okay, it's gonna be a little difficult. Shit. I'm trying to draw Peter looking a bit chubbier. Here he's gonna look like he's normal size. I make his shoulder a little broader. I mean, my shoulder is a lot broader than my photograph also. So let me just, yeah. To show more contrast between Peter and Basho, because Basho's a skinny noodle dragon and Peter's a chubby Garfield fan. There we go. There. Yeah, I like this much better now. Where Peter's like very doughy looking. Doughy looking overweight kitty. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm showing Peter looking exhausted even though this comic isn't him working out, it's just him reading a lot. Reading and explaining things. So how does he get so tired? Just that out of shape. No, there's not going to be any stomach growling moments in this comic. Yeah, sorry. Not that sort of comic. Just trying to think. It's a way I can draw Peter's pose looking better. I'm just flipping it just to see how. What if I made Peter look more exhausted? Move him over a bit, a little closer. Really leading exaggerate him leaning in. Yeah, that's what I was missing. It looked too much like he was standing straight up. But I wanted to make him lean over a bit more, so he looks like he's struggling to stand up. That's something I like much better. Exaggerating his pose a bit compared to my photo ref. There we go. There we go. It's a bit better looking. Okay, now it looks like Peter's not balanced or something. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Oops. Yeah, just trying to figure out. There we go. Part of me is thinking also, maybe I should make Peter's arm a little more straight. Just so it looks more like he's tired. Thinking of playing music, but I don't want to risk copyright infringement or anything. So I just whistle things to myself. Do I have multiple? I don't. Excuse me. Okay, here looks like Peter's got like 4 fingers, 3 fingers and a thumb, but the way my photo looks, my pinky finger is hidden behind my hand, so. sure if the stripes should be on the back of Peter's arm or the sides. Well, probably best if they're like that. But on the other hand, there have been times where I am kind of inconsistent with Peter's stripes and which direction they go. So, okay. There we go. There we are. Save. 749. Thinking like stream so far 2 hours 25 minutes. I am thinking like, what if I put the comic on pause and went straight to the Axel model kit? But on the other hand, it's like just 3 more drawings. It's like, why put it off and why don't just finish it tonight? See how this looks mirrored. Not too bad. Excuse me. Alright, this is a bit of difficult. Basho's mouth being only slightly open. Alrighty. There we go. Sideburn. There we are. Other ear. Now his horns. Shit. I've done nothing but swat flies for the last 2 hours because of nowhere there were 34 of them. Wow. You counted how many flies there were.
Anyway, I'm pretty happy with how this face is looking. However, the rest of Basho's body may have to move over a bit. Oh yeah, nearly forgot. As usual, Basho's whiskers. Okay. Question is, how broad do I make Basho's shoulders? Like, I don't want to give him shoulders as broad as Peter, because Peter's supposed to be a heavier character, and Basho's a skinny noodle dragon. Put his little Japanese sun right there. Use me. Just hiccup.
I might have to move the book over. I'm looking at my photo ref. Yeah, I have it more in center of Basho, but well, I'm holding it to the side, so I might. Shoot. There we go. Trying to decide with myself. Do I want to try and finish this, the last page tonight, or will I hold it off, some other day? Just because, I don't know, I'm starting to get a little tired of drawing these comic pages. I mean, I've done this for like 3 days in a row, even though I'm like almost done. Should I just force myself to complete this? Because I don't want to go on too late. I do want to do the Axle model kit eventually. Okay. Oh shit, you probably won't see the little sun on Basho's shirt at this angle. And it just ends up being obscured by the book. Flipping it around doesn't look too bad. There we go. There. That's going to be a bit of a spot. Having Basho's whisker overlap with his shoulder. And then his whisker has to go in possible tangency with his mouth and his tooth. It's, I don't know, something I'm really wary about avoiding in art, tangencies, when you have two lines kind of running into each other. There we go. Now, just to make sure, the sizes and everything stay consistent, I'm going to make another duplicate layer. Except, delete those. Oh. I already have like one ref layer there, but I'm going to make, another one. So call it ref layer 2. Now let's take this into Photoshop. What I'm doing will make sense in a bit. Kind of a bit complicated. Now just to make sure all the sizes of characters stay consistent, sometimes I'll make a copy of a sketch, move it over to another panel, then I'll recolor it so I can tell it apart from the layer I'm sketching on. You know what I find interesting? I'm trying to learn Japanese because I want it to be authentic to the era of my web series it's supposed to be based on, back in the late 80s and early 90s when anime was still very niche, before 4Kids really made it mainstream with Pokemon. Yeah, that might be before 4Kids taught us that onigiri was actually jelly-filled donuts. Did I say that right? Onigiri? Okay, now I'll recolor this. Make it dark blue. I might have to turn off that layer. And also turn off the lined paper layer. And that layer also, just so I can... Yeah, and if I want to check and make sure that Basho and Peter are, you know, the correct sizes, that they're staying consistent, you know, I'll have this copy layer to reference. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to move Basho over a little bit, just so it looks like he's in roughly the same spot. There we go. Is it 20? There. Oops. I saw a Brock cosplayer at a Fanime, but I didn't get a picture of him, unfortunately. There's also a red cosplayer that looked really good that had a Pikachu plushie with him, but I also didn't get a picture of that. There's like cosplayers I wish I'd gotten pictures of. But it's like I didn't want to come off like I was chasing someone or being rude or something. Just trying to think to myself, do I really want to go for the extra stretch and finish this comic? Or do I want to just skip to doing Axel? Tell you what, I'm going to take another bathroom break really quick. Yeah, again, I'll just put up this.
Okay. I'm getting a bit cold, so let me put on something a bit warmer. Just a moment. Here we go. Yeah, in honor of the Lilo and Stitch remake, I am wearing a very dignified Stitch cosplay. Alright, let's shrink this back down. By the way, I've not actually watched the Lilo and Stitch remake yet. And I don't know if I want to. I see takes about the movie saying it made this horrible change or misunderstood this message that the original movie made, but it's like, it feels a bit like, you know, the whole joke about, you know, Morbius saying it's Morbin time in the Morbius movie. Like, you know, the whole joke is to just mess with people that haven't actually seen the movie. And by the way, I really did see the Morbius movie, and he does not say it's Morbin time. In fact, just want to quickly show. Maybe people have seen this. If you look in the behind me, I actually have a Morbius display I swiped. Well, didn't really swipe, but when they took it down, I claimed it for myself. Yeah. I wish I had taken home some Avengers Endgame displays or something, but instead, no. I chose the Morbius thing. And I keep it as a... I don't know if I want to call that a trophy. Let's get back drawing. Yeah, the best part of this stream was GuineaPigDan said, "It's GuineaPigDanning time." I don't know, like, how much money has the Lilo and Stitch movie made? Let me check. Lilo and Stitch 2025 box office so far. 60 million second weekend. Well, I'm looking up how much has it made so far. Box Office Mojo. Domestic, international, worldwide. Where's like the total box office? Well, I guess I'll just look at gross. So I guess the worldwide is the total. Yeah, like... I saw people on Twitter complaining about, like, comparing the Rotten Tomatoes for the original and comparing the Rotten Tomatoes to the remake. And, like, with critics, the remake is a bit lower, but with general audiences, the remake is higher than the original. And it's got some people wondering what the fuck is going on with audiences. I mean, I saw the Lion King remake, and that was a disaster. But it made $1 billion. I mean, I guess I can take some comfort that the Mufasa movie bombed, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it was any good anyway. But, you know, the Disney remakes have seemed to have, I don't know, made a comeback with this Lilo and Stitch film. Let's see, how long is this stream? 3 hours. Huh. Let's try and see if I can finish these last two drawings by 9, and then I'll start the Axel model kit again. First, I think I'm gonna just tilt Peter's head just a little bit up. Well, first, you know, is this... Okay, it is roughly the same size. Make it a little higher. I might have to accommodate, you know, Peter's enormous gut. So I might make Peter a little higher here. But I also will have to push Peter's dialogue up a bit also. Where did I put it? him down. Yeah, make him a little higher. Shit. Okay. There we go. I'm bad at doing the center line sometimes. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's get my... Okay, so Peter's got some sad looking eyebrows. Like, no, no more. Yeah, Peter's kind of feeling how I'm feeling right now, just working on this comic. Like, okay, I kind of want to do something else. But you gotta just trudge on. I wonder if maybe I should post a, work in progress of, should I post these sketches of the comic in my scraps or something? Coming up. Like a flower coming up. Yep, I'm still going on. And normally I explained this earlier. Normally I will start and restart streams just so I can break a stream into multiple parts that make it easier to post to YouTube and burn onto CDs when I want to archive these streams. But I think that's messing with my stats and for reaching an affiliate. It judges your streams based on each individual stream and not overall. So I've decided I'll use my the screen of Domino with the flaming pie to mark when I'm gonna start and stop segments, so then I can know what to clip and where to clip for YouTube. Just make it easier. Stop making a dozen 90-minute streams or something. Just make it a little simpler. Okay, there's Peter's ear.
There we go. I like this face. You look so just done with it.
Flip it. Come on. There we go. There's this cross necklace. It's a little lower. Let me skew this a bit. Maybe it can look more like it's in perspective. There we go. Oh, thank you, Furball. Alrighty. You know, sooner or later... Oh shit, it was only 5 minutes till 9, but... Eventually I'd like to transition to continuing the Axle model kit. There we go. Temporary secretary, temporary secretary. I shouldn't sing, but it's like I'm bored. And I can't, you know, I'm a little wary about playing music in the background and risking copyright strikes, so that's why I just sing stuff to myself. Even though I am not a singer and I probably should not torment stream to my my amateur voice that cannot carry a tune even if I had a bucket. Excuse me. There you go. Okay, that hand's a bit big. More like, yeah, like that. I'm looking at my hand, my photo ref, but almost like, I kind of like how this hand looks better that I drew with Peter. I don't know, just, I might, instead of matching my photo ref exactly, I might stick with this hand. I will have to adjust some things though, like lowering the thumb. Okay, looks like kind of am following my photo ref a bit. Yeah, in my photo ref, my thumb is up like this, but here I'm making it more like this. Because I don't know, I just like how I just like the thumb being extended better. Might make the arm a little thicker. I know hands are considered, one of the hardest body parts to draw, especially if you're animating. Here I think maybe just a slight adjustment here. One hand looks a little crooked, or finger, I mean. There we go. A bit better. When done well, they can look pretty amazing. There we go. I think I might want to extend this arm just a little bit. There we go. I don't know if that's too much, but this is a pretty big shoulder, since I'm drawing from myself, posing the same way. I just need to make, I'm not going to follow photograph exactly, because, I'm not as fat as Peter. Alrighty. Good night, Zootopia fan. Time is it? 9:04. Let's see if I can finish in well, I don't know if I'll finish in the next 10 minutes, but let's just challenge myself. I'll give myself a 10-second grace period, because I need to switch to the photo ref again. I'll probably even forget that there's a timer I put on. I just want to see, Peter's, rough spine. Just be like, this is the way he's bending. There. Shit. Those shadows are my shirt actually. Looking at my shirt, it looks like like it was stained with something, like it was wet. Excuse me. Oops. What's that mean when you type a lurk? Is that some internet lingo I'm not familiar with? Okay, I think I made Peter even fatter than the drawing I did here. Just, he is supposed to be leaning over. Well, I can adjust that just a bit. Just going like, whoop. Adjusting Peter's girth. Just do that. There we are. think it's closer to... There we are. Just want to make sure I roughly match. Save. I wonder if drawing Peter like this, makes him look like an old man or something. Like, oh! My knee went out. Yeah, his war injuries acting up. Sonny boy, my war injury is acting up. I got it in the lasagna wars of 2025. Yeah. You know how people, went crazy over toilet paper in 2020? Well, in 2025, Orange Sphincter put a tariff on all Italian food. And so I had to hoard all the lasagna before the tariff went into effect. Okay. There we go. trying to figure out how Peter's fat would intersect with his arm over here. Like, would his arm go across his stomach? Would it go over it? I'm not entirely sure. Because it's not, I'm not as chubby as Peter is. So I think I prefer Peter's stomach being in front. I could just put oh, shit. 10 minutes went up. Yeah, I'm bad at timing. Well, shit. I used up all my Control-Zs. Okay, I'll just have to figure this out on my own. I even forgot that I put on a timer. Just to see if I could finish this quick. For once, Peter is wearing a regular, shirt that actually fits him. There we go. Actually, this doesn't look too bad. The way it looks. I think I figured out a way to have the arm go down and not look weird with the shorts. Excuse me. Stripes. This stripe will probably be going. There we go. Okay. I think that looks fine. It's as good as it's going to get. Ever thought of putting a girdle on Peter? Oh. I think Peter is proud to be a chubby cat like Garfield, so he would not try to suppress himself, if you get what I mean. He doesn't want to hold it back. Okay. Well, let's try another 10 minutes. Again, I'll give myself a 15-second grace period. Oh, shoot, no. Just to get the photo ref ready and everything. Can I get Basho done here in 10 minutes? I've posted drawings from Borden Marzincool. I hope I'm saying his name right, but he does what he calls hyper drawings, where he draws you something like 10 minutes or less, and he's done some pretty awesome drawings for me, and of Domino, my Chinese Dragon Yen, and most recently Basho at Japantown, and I have thought of maybe trying to do something similar where I sketch, ink, and color something in what, 7 minutes, which is I guess how long he usually takes, or less than 10. You have to be really, really loose and everything. These are not loose drawing. Well, my original sketches were loose, but here I'm going off photo refs and trying to make the characters look nice and everything, and follow proper anatomy and proportions and everything. If I was to do a hyper drawing like Borden does, I'd probably have to just go with the flow and everything, and just even if it's not exactly anatomically correct or whatever, just do what I feel like doing. If that makes any sense. You just do a drawing where you're going with the flow and not worrying exact, is this proportions exact? Is this anatomy exact? Okay, so I thought of maybe Basho has one eyebrow arch, he's saying, "Oh, you're gonna explain kanji," like he's issuing a challenge to Peter. Seeing how tired Peter is, it's you want to keep this going or not? Peter's like, "No, thanks." Yeah, here maybe I'll give him some slightly arched eyebrows just to be do a kanji comic next. He's issuing a challenge to Peter. Or maybe he's I'd like to see you try. I think I made his nose a little too big. Well, I can easily just shrink that down. I mean, it's a nicely drawn mouth, but it's just... Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. I think it's a bit closer to what I drew. Yeah. That's a bit closer in size. Hyper. Oh, yeah. Borden's not a hyper artist. They're not that sort of hyper. Just hyper as in, I guess he's going really fast. There we go. Nope. Basho's fangs. Did I remember his... Yes, I do have his fangs there. Okay, I hope head isn't too big. Let's see. Yeah, because that's a problem I might have sometimes, making a character's head way too big compared to the rest of their body. No? Maybe shrink it a little bit. There we go. Just a tiny bit. Probably coming up to the 10-minute mark anyway. See. Oh, 2 more minutes. 2:45. Well, I don't think I'm going to finish in that amount of time. Anyway. My dragons don't have their ears or horns. It's like they look strange. Hell, even if it's just they have their horns but no ears, or they have their ears but no horns, they look kind of strange. It's almost like they're bald. I mean, technically they are bald. It's just, just, having some blank space on their face that isn't occupied. Okay. I'm kind of tracing the drawing I did behind. There we go. There we are. Well, 37 seconds. I mean, I'm nearly done with this drawing, so... just give me 5 more minutes, then. Oh. 10-second grace period. Okay. His face is looking good. Now let's redo his body. Now, what was it about wanting to put your streams in CDs? Are you... Oh. Burnable CDs. Yeah, I guess I'll pause my timer. When I talk about CDs, I like to save, all my videos and artwork on CDs. I mean, there's also external hard drives, but those can die, so I like burning the CDs. And, video streams take up a lot of memory. And I don't know, I guess I'm kind of an archivist pack rat. I like to save all my old art, all my old videos and everything. In case anything happens to YouTube or whatever. But, so when if I decide to repost a video from Twitch to YouTube, I have to download it to my computer, and then I want to delete it and free up the memory, but I don't want to delete, the video files, so I burn them to CDs. I should restart my timer thing. Okay. Just comparing. I might have to shrink Bosch's head a little bit more. Let's make another. And 94%. Give or take. Yeah, that works good. Ears and horns may not be exact, but I think it all works all right. There we go. It's just, something I'm aware of with my art, where I might draw a character's proportions too big or something. And I am at the 2-minute 44-second mark. So
Okay. I'm a failure at keeping time. Okay. Well, I'm almost done. This is like 95% done, so I'll just finish this really quick and then maybe build Axel for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. Shit. I mean, I put Axel in the stream title. It would feel cheap if I was like, okay, I'm going to end the stream early, bye everybody, and then, you know, not do anything Axel related. Okay, those fingers look terrible. There you go. Watch those claws. Okay, those hands look okay. There we go. Better. Slightly bigger hand. Shit. Whoop. Okay, let's pay more attention to that. There we go. Better. Funny thing, while I was like, I think I was searching up how to say "and" in Japanese, I came across this one Reddit post where like someone was complaining about certain characters in Hiragana and Katakana, like Katakana characters that look really alike, and it was the exact same Katakana characters that I thought looked too similar to each other. The ones I had on. Shit. Yes.
I get some more plastic sleeves.
Oh.
Right, sorry, are you streaming?
Yes.
Sorry.
But let me. I guess we can pick them out. Sorry for the interruption. Where was I?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a Reddit thread complaining about. Let me find the end page. Complaining about these particular characters: she, Tsu, n, so, and no. Those Katakana characters. And I felt good, like, okay, I'm not the only one who's feels like that's a problem. Having a couple characters that are a bit too similar to each other. Okay. There we go. Oh, nearly forgot. Yeah, like, I keep forgetting Basho's whiskers. Or is it? Yeah, but this time I nearly forgot the Japanese sun on his chest. There we go. Whoops. Alright. Why do I have this? Turn that off. I need paper. Oh. Do I have another layer? That's... Oh, no. It's just a bunch of sketches are still visible. So I'll just erase those slightly. Anyway, is there anything else with Basho I need to... There we are. I think that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I am done with the sketching process of this comic. I think, yeah, this step is finally done. Yeah, but next I have to actually start the actual coloring. And, you know, that'll probably take 10 bazillion more streams to finish. Yeah, I'm just gonna... There we are. Save. Okay, merge all. Make another work in progress. Well, there is one adjustment I want to make. I think it's on the end page, is it? Yeah, fixing this one eye that I think is a little too small. Well, let me first. I probably just either have to redraw it or just make it a little bigger. I mean, this eye just bothered me. Maybe I'll just redraw it with that as a guide. Looks okay. I mean, it is kind of a very, it's not an exact... Ears look a little misaligned. I mean, I'm not sure if this is like a direct front view or just a soft, very, very subtle 3/4. I might go with just really, really soft 3/4 that is almost front facing, but there. I just wanted to make a tiny adjustment to that eye. It just bothered me. That's part 6. Okay. Let us